Welcome back, everybody. Another week of Hustlin' Rebel Baseball is about to come, and unfortunately it may be the final week of Hustlin' Rebel Baseball this season, as the Rebels most likely eliminated from playoff contention after being swept by the Fresno State Bulldogs this past weekend. They would need to at least sweep this series and rely on a lot of other teams to decide their fate. Either way, the Air Force Falcons looking to avoid that fate. So far for your Hustlin' Rebels lineup, batting first, playing right field, Alex Pimentel. Batting second, playing center field, Rylan Charles. Batting third in the catcher position, Jacob Sharp. Batting fourth, playing first base, Adarian Williams. Batting fifth, playing left field, Austin Krizik. Batting sixth at third base, Braden Murphy. Batting seventh, Paul Myro playing shortstop. The DH in today's ball game, Santino Panaro in the 8th spot. And in the 9th spot, Gianni Horvat back at the second base position. And on the mound today for your Hustlin' Rebels, Noah Matera gets the start in Game 1 of this 3-game set on this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday this week. Currently sits at a record of 1-2, has an 11.25 ERA in 9 appearances and 4 starts. He's pitched 20 innings so far this season, has 13 walks and 14 strikeouts, and has given up 8 home runs, 1 triple, 6 doubles, and 39 hits combined. A season really to forget for Noah Matera, but starting to work towards next season. Be an impressive start here if they can knock off the Air Force Falcons in this first game and maintain that bullpen for the upcoming games. On the other side of the baseball, the Air Force Falcons, Jake Sansing on the mound for them with a record of 5-4. In 68 innings pitched, only has given up 6 home runs, has a combined total of 48 strikeouts and 20 walks, and a 3.84 ERA in 15 appearances and 9 starts. So far in this game, you're going to want to see the Rebels jump on top of these Falcons early. They have been able to jump on top of a lot of teams early.
Baseball o'clock in Las Vegas.
You hear that there, it's baseball o'clock, but in their last few games they have been able to get in front of the teams that they're playing against, but they haven't been able to maintain that lead. So they're getting the first part of it done, but not the second part. But starting out here for the Air Force Falcons, Eric Joe batting .286 and 192 at-bats this season. Matera sets for the first pitch of the ball game. And he delivers, and it's a called strike on the outside
first
corner.
Pitch, 6:08.
6:08 p.m. the first pitch for those guys, for those of you that are keeping score at home. Next pitch also taken on the outside corner for strike 2. So Matera attacking that outside part of the zone. And getting the favorable calls from the umpire here early. Third pitch of the ball game is going to be chopped over to the left-hand side. It's going to be Myro who tries to play it. Myro kind of got caught in between there, but who was going to play it? It ends up being Braden Murphy letting it go. Myro didn't expect it to. The ball roll into left field.
Sam Kulasingam.
And interesting to see what they score that, and it looks like they will score it a hit. So Air Force Falcons in business here. A leadoff man after being down 0-2. Joe singles one to the left side. Now that'll bring up Sam Kulasingam. So far in the season, leading this Air Force Falcons team in batting average as he takes the first pitch for a strike on the inside part of the plate. He's batting .412 and 211 at-bats this year. 87 hits, 24 home runs, 5 RBIs, and 48 RBIs. Excuse me. Next pitch taken for a ball, and Matera keeping a close eye on Joe at first base. Matera sets and pits back over to first base. Joe's in there safely. Matera sets again. Count is 1-1. Kulasingam. Swinging and missing on the curveball in the dirt on the third pitch of the at-bat, so the count now is 1-2. Joe, who's in an 0-2 count, singled to the left-hand side to get himself on first base. So far this season, Joe is 6 for 6 on stolen base attempts as he gets another lead on first. A pitch out here, nothing doing, so the count now moves to 2-2. Even for Matera. Kulasingam has to swing in anything close to the zone now. Matera sets, fires, and it's swung on and cracked to the right field side. One hops in front of Pimentel out there and right. So back-to-back base hits for the Falcons here to open up the first inning.
Batting third, the third baseman, number 1, Jay Thomason.
And now that'll bring up Jay Thomason. So far in the season, batting .327, 202 at-bats, 62 RBIs, 18 home runs for this Falcon team. Leads it by a lot. Second closest person has 5. Huge lefty power bat in disorders. The first pitch is taken up and away for ball 1. Looked like a slider that Matera tried to curve in there. Again, if you're just joining us, runners on first and second, nobody out to begin this game. Next pitch taken up and away, a fastball upstairs that Matera does not get the call on, so a 2-0 count to Thomason. Not the position you want to find yourself in with a guy that has 18 home runs to begin the season. Or throughout the season, I should say. Third pitch of the at-bat. Swung on and fouled straight back, so the count now is 2-1 as Matera looks to fight back into this count. One count here, the fourth pitch of the at-bat coming. As Matera gets the sign from Sharp, he sets. Kicks his leg, no runners have a real big lead. That fastball's way up and in. So count is now 3-1. Real favorable hitters count here for Thomason. Matera sets. Fifth pitch of the at-bat coming, swung on and missed by Thomason. Fastball way up in the zone. Got him to go fishing there. A full count here of runners on first and second. Expect Matera to maybe throw something low in the strike zone, try and get this double play ball. Help him get out of this inning here as the Falcons have begun to strike early. Fastball outside part of the zone and he will walk him. He won't get the call there. So now bases loaded, nobody out to start out this ballgame.
Jake Grieving.
That'll bring up Jake Grieving, batting .288 on the season so far. 219 at-bats. He's 52 RBIs along with 5 home runs. So we're going to take a little break in the action here. Sharp goes out to talk to Matera. Not the position you want to see him in with bases loaded with nobody out, especially this season. Has had his struggles with 11.25 ERA coming into this game. All these guys that are on right now definitely have speed too, so something in the outfield may score all of them. It gets to the gap. First pitch taken outside for ball 1. Expect the Falcons to be real patient up there on the plate, especially after the walk. And Matera has not been real accurate to begin this ballgame. Second pitch of the at-bat from Matera. Swung on, popped into left field. Krizik back on that one. It's all the way on the warning track, and it is caught against the wall by Krizik. The runner will tag. The runners from second and third will advance. So the Air Force Falcons lead this ballgame 1-0 after a sacrifice fly from Grieving.
Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 25, Traden Tamia.
And Traden Tamia, that is, will step into the batter's box. Batting fifth so far in this game, has an average of .349 and 218 at-bats this season. 39 RBIs and 2 home runs, much more of a contact hitter than those in the order in front of him. So the first pitch is taken for ball 1. It was towards that outside corner where he was getting the calls to begin the game. But after a couple walks and a couple base hits and him struggling to find his zone, the umpire has started to lean away from that pitch being a strike. So the next one is swung on and missed, a curveball that hits the bottom half of the zone. That curveball has been good so far in this start for Matera, the one real bright spot. It's with 1 out, runners remain on first and second, a 1-1 count here. Falcons are leading the game 1-0. And a back pick over to first base. Out of the glove of Darian Williams, and close there. If that ball gets by Williams, it's another run that scores, but will remain the runner on third base. 1-0 Falcons. Count is still even at 1-1. Tamia swing and a miss on the next pitch. Curveball down and in, so count is now 1-2. As Matera, a ground ball here could limit the damage to only 1 run if the double play was able to be turned. However, Thompson standing on first base, 6 for 10. As he goes for the steal, and that ball's going to be ripped down the left side, but it will be foul. Thompson was taking off the second base. I was about to mention how his speed could affect this. And he does go into motion there. And it's Tamia who rips the line drive into left, but it just lands on the wrong side of the foul line for the Falcons. Next pitch here from Matera, outside part of the plate, no call. So deuces are wild here. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 men on here in the here in the top of the first inning. Falcons lead this ball game 1-0. And that pitch taken down and in, and now the count is moved to full. And after being ahead 1-2, Matera has allowed Tamia to come back into this at bat. A walk here would just reload the bases. Trying to avoid that is Matera. And the pitch here swung on and popped into left field. Krizik going back. Ball is traveling out there all the way again back towards the wall. And the runner is going to tag up from third base. And the runner from first base will also tag out in Thompson. So the Falcons now lead 2-0 after back-to-back sacrifice flies. And they also will still have a runner in scoring position on second base.
Batting 6th, the right fielder, number 14, Chase Spencer.
So Chase Spencer will come to the ball game here. His first at bat, batting .283 and 166 at bats, 75 total bases, 26 RBIs on 4 home runs. So the first pitch is taken outside for a ball. Count is 1-0. An opportunity here for Spencer to achieve his 27th RBI in the final series of this season. And that pitch is lined in a right field on the 1-0 count. It's over the head of Pimentel, but he makes a nice basket catch on the run in right field. A beautiful play there by Alex Pimentel. It will get the Rebels out of the inning. So the damage was done with 2 runs coming across in the first, but it is limited after Matera is able to get back-to-back sacrifice flyouts and the line out into right. We'll be right back for the Rebels' first at-bats after these few songs.
Sam's Concession Stand. UNLV Baseball wants to thank Smokin' Sam's for their support of the program. Leading off for the Hustlin' Rebels, right fielder, number 22, Alex Pimentel.
And we bring you back here for the bottom of the first inning. The Rebels getting their first chance at bat here in this ball game. They find themselves down 2-0 after Matera gives up the 2 runs, but does limit the damage in the top of the first. Batting first here, Alex Pimentel, the right fielder who made a nice catch to end the bottom of the first inning. Swung on The first pitch, fastball over the middle of the plate, count is 0-1. Again, they're facing pitcher Jake Sansing. If you're just joining us, a real nice stat line this season as the second pitch comes across and it's chipped over towards Sansing. He'll make a nice play and dish it over to the first baseman for the first out.
Batting second, the center fielder, number 25, Rylan Charles.
Rylan Charles steps up to the plate. Sansing, 5-4 record, 68 innings pitched so far this season. 15 appearances, 9 starts, with a 3.84 ERA and a strikeout-to-walk ratio of 48-20. So very much a successful season for Sansing as the first pitch to Charles taken for a strike. Look at a cutter there. They came back into the bottom of the strike zone, so count is 0-1 to Charles, ahead of the first 2 batters he's faced. And second pitch taken outside part of the plate, no call there, so the count is evened up at 1. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning after, Alex Pimentel grounded right back to the pitcher Sansing. Next pitch is lined in the left field, though a little looper in between the third baseman and the shortstop, so Charles will be on with a base hit here. The Rebels' first base hit of the day.
Number 5, Jacob Sharp.
So now stepping into the box, Jacob Sharp, most successful batter so far in the UNLV order this season. Batting .328 and 174 at-bats. First pitch taken for a ball in the inside corner. So the Rebels, from man on first base, 1 out. Here with Sharp, who has 39 RBIs on the season and 10 home runs. That one's ripped to the third baseman there. Throw back across the diamond, and they got him. A beautiful double play here from the Air Force Falcons, and the Rebels retired 1-2-3. A line drive there from Jacob Sharp, caught while falling backwards by the third baseman, thrown back across the diamond to Charles, who was breaking towards second base. Couldn't get back in time, and a beautiful stretch by the first baseman to get him. So despite the single here, the Rebels still down 2-0 after 1 inning, and they will come back out. Noah Matera looking to have a more successful inning than he did last time, right after these few songs.
Contour from Cox. So hurry to a Cox Solutions store or visit cox.com/contour to learn more. Leading off the top of the second for the Falcons, left fielder, number 20, Matt Thompson.
And we welcome you back here to the top of the second inning. The Air Force Falcons getting their second chance in the batter's box here. Leading off for the Falcons, Matt Thompson, as the first pitch swung on and foul tipped out of Sharp's glove and down the first baseline. Count is 0-1 to Thompson. Thompson so far on this season batting .287 and 164 at-bats. 63 total bases, 20 RBIs, and 2 home runs to go along with that. Tara ahead of him 0-1, the second pitch coming in now. Fastball outside corner, called for a strike. Quickly ahead of here of Thompson, 0-2. So we hear the planes fly overhead here, heading towards Harry Reid International Airport. Hear those throughout the game today. Matera, third pitch of the at-bat, looking for the strikeout. Instead, it's going to be lined back up the middle. And it's Meyer who tries to go chase after it. But a fastball in on the hands of Thompson. He's able to fight it off in the center and a base hit. Seems like Matera doing everything right in some of these at-bats and still coming out on the wrong end. It's now a third hit for the Falcons here, as once again they have a runner on first base with nobody out. Now I'll bring up Walker Zapp. Only 19 total at-bats, has an average of 211. Here's this next pitch from Matera, taken outside for a ball. Count is 1-0. Matera sets, checks the runner back to first, look toward home plate, and that one will be lined right back up the middle. Myro, nice play, flips it to second base. Horvat throws over backward to first, and they will not get the runner at first base. They only are able to get one half of the double play, but either way, one away here.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, number 3, Blake Coven.
From Zapp results in him standing on first base. Zapp standing on first has not attempted a stolen base this season. Speed really yet to be tested. But that will bring up Blake Coven, batting .229 this season and 166 total at-bats. Fastball up and away, called for ball one. And the bottom half of this Falcons lineup definitely not as dangerous as the top half. But if they're able to get on base, that's just setting the order for the big guys up front. Matera in a 1-0 count, sets, looks to first. Looks back to the catcher, delivers the second pitch of the at-bat. Fastball taken for a strike, and the count is 1-1 with one out. Matera gets his sign from Sharp. He sets. Not really looking at Zapp anymore as he delivers to the plate. That one's fouled off the hands. It's a nice run there from Murphy, but he will not be able to come up with that ball. So it's popped up to the left-hand side. Count is 1-2 with one out here in the top half of the second inning. Now, Coven gets ready for the fourth pitch of the at-bat. Fastball on the inside part of the plate, called for a ball. You hear the groans here from a few fans here at early Wilson Stadium. Real close pitch, but he doesn't get the strike three call. Looked like Sharp wanted it as well, as he was ready to throw a ball down to first base and likes to hold it. Next pitch coming here, fastball outside corner. That one he'll get the call on. And in a 2-2 count, Matera gets his first strikeout. And that will sit down Coven and bring back up Joe.
Number 12, Eric Joe.
Coven sat down looking, and now Joe steps in with a single in his first at-bat, in which he came all the way around to score. He's going to throw here, and the base is going to be stolen on the pitch. It was low there. Sharp had to pick it out of the dirt and throw it down to second base. Almost got Zapp, who took off for his first stolen base attempt in the last series of the season. Really has only gotten to play a little bit, so the first time I'm able to show off his speed. Does a great job there. There's now Matera back to the batter's box, and it's fouled off right over my head above the canopy towards the ticketing booth here at early Wilson Stadium. Now it counts 0-2 with two away. Matera wasn't too concerned with the runner, as he already was ahead of the batter, Joe. Base hit here from Joe. Anywhere really into the outfield would most likely score Zapp. That one's lined over to Horvat. Horvat picks it on a hop and throws it over to the first baseman, Darian Williams, and that will do it. We'll head to the bottom half of the second inning. This game is 2-0 Air Force. And the UNLV Hustlin Earls will have their next chance at bat when we come back after these few songs.
Here to be a part of your Las Vegas life, and more importantly, here to help you live an even healthier one. Intermountain Health, official health partner of UNLV Athletics. Leading off the bottom of the second for UNLV, first baseman, number 2, Darian Williams.
Let me bring you back here. Bottom half of the second inning, and Darian Williams steps in the batter's box. Only the 4th batter for the Rebels in this game. On the other hand, the Falcons have already batted around through their order, and Joe, who led off the game, has had his second at-bat. So the Rebels need to get some base runners here if they're going to plan on hanging on into this game. It's the first pitch here taken for strike 1 by Williams. Sansing had a nice quality first inning, limiting his pitch count. Only 7 pitches. Next one outside, taken for a ball, so the count is 1-1 to a Darian Williams. Sansing sets, delivers, fires. That one's chopped right back to him again. Second inning in a row where the first batter has chopped it right back to Sansing for the first out.
The left fielder, number 47, Austin Krizik.
So score that one 1-3, and now to bring up Austin Krizik. Now we bring you back Austin Krizik, batting .264 and 163 at-bats, 69 total bases, and with 31 RBIs and 4 home runs on his season. Definitely wanted to improve upon last season. Didn't have as quality of a season this year as last year, but that first pitch he sees is ripped in the left field. It will not fall. A sliding grab made out in left field by Thompson denies that.
Batting
and that'll be 2 outs here in the bottom half of the second inning.
Murphy.
Still underrated, but far from underpaid. And those are problems that fade. The hunger stay. These stomach rumbles could humble thunder. I'm still fueled by the ones that slumber, to stand out amongst the one-hit wonders. So when the dust settles in the sun.
Now that'll bring up Braden Murphy, the utility man, as the first pitch he sees. A swung on and missed fastball on the outside corner gets him. Swinging there. He's in third base today. He has moved all around the infield. So far this season, he's had his spectacular games. And really, when he's doing everything right, the rest of the team's doing everything right. A really big spark plug for this UNLV offense. So the next pitch is taken for ball 1. Count is even at 1-1 with 2 away here. Sansing is marking quickly. Next pitch swung on and missed, like a changeup there. In the bottom half of the zone towards the outside part of the plate. So count is now 1-2 to Murphy. So he's attempting to slow down this at-bat. Takes a second to readjust his batting gloves and his helmet. But Sansing right back into it with the quick pitch. Fastball outside corner misses. So count even at 2-2. It's Braden Murphy, who's batting .271 so far in the season and 144 at-bats. So that next pitch, fastball towards the outside corner. Murphy just puts his hands out to foul it off. Really anything close here, he's trying to stay alive in this at-bat. Count is 2-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the second inning. Deuces are wild. If Braden Murphy was able to get on base, that would bring up Paul Myro IV, the shortstop in today's ballgame. Next pitch also fouled off to the left-hand side towards the Air Force bullpen, but it's actually going to land in the seats, so a free souvenir for any fan who wants to run along and grab that one. And it looks like there will be. Younger fan sees where that ball landed, and he's heading down to go get it. So while the Rebels are down here, pretty big crowd here at Early Wilson as Braden Murphy's going to fly that one again towards the Air Force dugout. Will it stay in play? It will not. It will land right in the dugout. Doesn't look like anybody was hurt there. Count remains 2-2 as Murphy's fighting to stay alive in this at-bat. As mentioned, final series of the season for UNLV if they are eliminated from playoff contention. A pretty big crowd here on a Thursday night. It's a 3-game set. And we'll see a game tomorrow at 6:05 p.m., same start time as today, and a noon game on Saturday. It's lined foul down the right field line, so Murphy continues to stay alive. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up after 3 foul balls from Murphy. Still 2 away in the inning. That next one is fouled off again. This one to the palm trees behind and out of the stadium towards the side streets where maybe some of you take to get in to the parking lot of the ballpark. Count remains 2-2. Next one is lined in the center field, and that one he got a lot of. Really deep center fielder making a run, but it's going to drop and one hop the wall. Murphy takes the turn at second, but elects to hold back, and he'll stand on second base And the 9th pitch of the at-bat results in the double
Batting
for
seventh,
Braden
the
Murphy.
shortstop, number 23, Paul Myro, the 4th.
Really, it's a quality AB there out of Murphy, able just to extend Sansing's pitch count. Even if he would have gone down, he would have gotten some high fives at the dugout. Instead, he brings up Paul Myro. Paul Myro, the 4th, batting 263 on the season, 70 total bases, 37 RBIs on 5 home runs. He has that power in the bottom half of the UNLV order. It's the first pitch from Sansing, fastball over the heart of the plate, taken for strike 1. Murphy gets his lead off of second base. Sansing sets, looks into the catcher's glove of Zap, and now he delivers. That one taken low and in by Myro, so count is now even at 1 apiece. If Myro was to get anything into the outfield grass, most likely would score Murphy and cut this game down to a 1-run lead for the Falcons. 3rd pitch of the at-bat coming now. Sansing has his count. He looks back to second base. Second baseman broke in and looked at the pickoff move. Pitch in, and it's a kind of half-hearted swing there from Myro. Chops one foul. So count is now 1-2. Myro, 1 strike, no more strikes left to give. Had 1 strike, and interesting decision there. Looked like he wanted to swing at it at first, tried to pull back, just not in time. Sansing sets. Expect an off-speed pitch here. He has lots to play with, but no, a fastball up in his zone, and that one is going to fall out in right field. It's going to get past the glove of the diving right fielder, Spencer. Around coming to score is Murphy. Myro has already taken a turn at second. He's going to head home. And never mind, he elects to come back. It looked like he stumbled there on third base. He made the hard turn around second before the ball was even picked up in right field. By the time he got to third, the third base coach elects to hold him up.
Panaro.
But now a triple here from Myro has the UNLV Rebels in business here, a 1-run game. And now Panaro stepping up with a chance to tie this ball game in the bottom half of the second inning. So fresh count here to Santino Panaro. Now it's fouled straight back, so the count now moves to 0-1. Paul Myro with a massive hit here in the bottom half of the second inning to really swing the momentum towards the Rebels' favor. When we count here, Sansing sets. He looks back at Myro, throws a fastball inside, so the count now even at 1 apiece. Sansing, who has really had a lot of good command over his pitches early on, in a little bit of a bad situation now after giving up the first run. 68 innings pitched with 3.64 ERA coming into this one, as the next one's a changeup outside. He falls behind 2-1. So the Rebels, if they're able to jump on top of him here and even up this score early in the ball game, could spell good things as this game moves along. 3 hits apiece for both sides. A 2-1 game in favor of the Falcons. Runner on third base for the Rebels. Panaro takes that one low. So now 3-1 count here to Santino Panaro. Real big hitters count. Panaro's sneaky power so far in this season, batting 278, 48 total bases, 19 RBIs, and has had a couple of home runs to go along with that. And that one's going to be chopped over to the right side. Second baseman's going to come in to make that play. It's Mia over to Coliseum, and that will do it here for the bottom half of the second inning. Myro, though, pushes a run across. His count now runs actually equal out to 2-1 for the Falcons, still maintaining the lead. We will come back for the top half of the third inning, and Matera will look to continue his
trivia.
quality
Take
work
a look
from the
at
last
the video
inning.
board for today's question. The question is, who is the press box at Earl E. Wilson Stadium going to be named after? There are 4 choices up on the board right now. If you think you know the answer, head over to the marketing table and submit your answer. One lucky fan with the correct answer will be picked as tonight's winner later in the game. Good luck.
We don't have to
Leading off the top of the third for Air Force, first baseman, number 5, Sam Kulasingam.
And now we bring you back over to the top of the third inning. Kulasingam steps to the batter's box. A single in his last at-bat, in which he advanced all the way around to third base, but did come around to score on a sacrifice fly.
Mine says, I hate working with unprofessional people who don't give a damn.
First pitch taken for a strike, so the count is 0-1 to Kulasingam. Matera attacking him here as the next pitch is fouled straight back, so the count now moves to 0-2 in Matera's favor. After the struggles he faced with the first couple of batters, he's bounced back in a big way, getting ahead of a lot of these Falcons hitters. Matera sets here and delivers towards home plate, and that one we take in on the inside corner for a ball, so the count is now 1-2. After Kulasingam, it'll be Thomason and Grieving due up here. Thomason a walk, and Grieving had the sacrifice fly back in the first inning. Both teams 3 hits apiece here as Matera delivers back to the plate. A ball called on the inside part of the plate, so the count is even now at 2-2. Kulasingam is 6 for 10 on stolen base attempts this year if he's able to get on, and he does have 40 walks to his name. Next pitch, a fastball down in the dirt, blocked there by Jacob Sharp, but it will roll back towards the UNLV dugout, but nobody on, so it won't affect anybody besides Matera, who had jumped out to an 0-2 count, now finds himself in a full count. Great job by Kulasingam to work his way back in this at-bat. So he looks for a single or a walk here to get the first base runner on, and he'll take there. A check down to first base, no go, says the first base umpire, so a walk here, his 41st of the season. Wow, the Falcons with a leadoff runner once again.
At the plate, the third baseman, number 1, Jay Thomason.
I'll bring up Jay Thomason here, the third baseman. A walk in his last at-bat. Was unable to come around the score, as he would have been the third run for the Falcons in that first inning that they had. First pitch to Thomason. Looked like a cutter there that came back into the strike zone. But then Thomason was taken all the way, so the count is now 0-1 as Matera jumps in front of another batter. And pick it back over to first base is Matera. And it will be Kulasingam who dives back in safely. As I mentioned, 6 for 10 on stolen base attempts this year. He loves to get the extra base if they allow him to. Matera's done a good job holding runners on so far in this game. Next pitch down to Thomason's taken for a strike. So now the count is 0-2. A hard fastball there over the heart of the plate. Don't know if Thomason was not looking for that one. A pretty good pitch to hit, but no swing there. So another 0-2 count for Matera. A double play here would be what the Rebels are looking for. But instead, it's a swing and a miss by Thomason, and another strikeout for Matera, his second of the ball game here inside the third inning of work.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 7, Jake Grieving.
Matera doesn't allow Thomason to get out of that one, as Kulasingam did with the walk and 3 pitches, a strikeout. And now that'll bring up Jake Grieving, who did have the sacrifice fly in his last at-bat for the RBI, the first run of the ball game for the Falcons. This time, no runners in scoring position, just going to look to advance. Kulasingam another base with a base hit, or if a deep fly ball into any part of the outfield. We have seen them already take advantage of that extra base from first to second on flyouts that are deep inside early Wilson Stadium. Another pick off to first base, keeping a very close eye on Kulasingam at first. To my count, that is the 5th pickoff move in the last 2 batters, and Grieving has yet to see a pitch. Now here it comes to Grieving, fastball low in the strike zone, taken for a ball. So first pitch to Grieving, and now it's a 1-0 count. Matera already looking for the second pitch of the at-bat. Kulasingam will get his lead at first base. Matera gets his sign. He looks back to Kulasingam. And then another back pick. That'll be number 6. Real hot evening here at early Wilson Stadium. Degrees are starting to climb here in Las Vegas, Nevada, getting into that summertime heat. A lot of people not looking forward to that as the next pitch to Grieving, also taken low and away for ball 2. 2-0 count with only 1 away here in the top of the 3rd inning. After Grieving, it would be Tamia and then Spencer. Tara sets and fires, and that one's going to be lined into left field. Krizik goes back on it all the way to the wall, and that ball is gone. A line drive into left field, and that ball did not look like it had not a carry on it, but Krizik heads all the way back to the wall, and it's done. It is just gets over that yellow line marking the top of the wall. A line drive, and up and outside that fastball was located, and a great job there from Grieving to get ahead of that pitch and line it out of the ballpark for his 6th home run of the season. And that'll make his RBI total now up to 55. 3 RBIs on the night so far for him. 1 for 1 for home run and sacrifice fly. First pitch here to the next batter, Tamia, taken for a strike. And all those back picks to Colin Singham doesn't really work out now, as he's already in the dugout partying with Grieving. So a 4-1 lead for the Falcons now as the next pitch is swung on and missed by Tamia. Count is 0-2 to him. His last at-bat also resulted in a sacrifice fly after finding himself in a full count. That one's ripped down to third baseline over the glove of Braden Murphy, and Tamia's going to take the turn at first base. He's heading to second. Krizik a strong throw into second, but it will not beat it. A double for Tamia in an 0-2 count. This results in another runner in scoring position. We're going to have a break here in the action. It looks like head coach Dan Stolte going to take a look at pitcher Noah Matera, and I think they may do it for his afternoon. It will. We will see a new arm come into this ball game. I'll let you know as soon as we know who that new arm is. We'll take a little bit of a break, enjoy a little bit of music while this new arm gets warmed up. The Air Force Falcons have a 4-1 lead over the Hustlin Rebels after a 2-run home run by Matt Grieving. The DH in this game is making his presence felt. 3 out of the 4 runs scored off of his bat.
Ladies and gentlemen, now pitching for the Rebels, number 40, Peyton Fuller.
I met her down at Alabama. She said that she saw me walking in about a mile away. Bing just had to take her phone and I just took her smile away. She said I'm too drunk and crazy, she don't like the way I dance. I said you don't have to join in, she said she'd take a chance. I've been kinda crazy ever since it went down. I got kinda lost and baby, that's what I found. Girls like you just wanna take me around, around and around. Oh, there's 2 things that you're gonna find out. They don't love you and they only love you right now. If I was smarter, I'd have stayed my eyes at home and leave them Broadway girls alone. Broadway girls alone. Broadway girls alone. They tell me, told me don't trust them. Broadway girls are trap. They owe me, they try to finesse me. They say one more, they know that I rap. My horse is Porsche, telling me young. I'll jump on a horse, she get on the back. Went to the party, go buy a drink. She listen to Pink, she told me she not.
Batting for the Falcons, right fielder, number 14, Chase Spencer.
Now bring into the game the new arm, Peyton Fuller, steps out onto the mound with 7.5 ERA, an 0-0 on his record. 7 appearances, no starts so far, strictly coming out of the bullpen. Only 6 innings pitched so far in the season, as he looks to get a little bit more work as the first pitch taken outside for ball 1. Now the batter, Spencer, had the line out into right field. Then the nice basket catch that was made by Santino Pinaro in right to end the first inning for the Rebels. Next pitch here from Fuller, swung on, popped on the right field side. Will that one fall? It will. It'll fall in that Bermuda Triangle in between first base and right field, and too far away from the second baseman, Gianni Horvat, to make that play. So a jam shot in the right will fall. Runners on first and third now, with only 1 away here in the top of the 3rd inning for the Falcons as they currently lead 4-1.
Matt Thompson.
Matt Thompson will step into the batter's box, a single in his last at-bat. Found himself in an 0-2 count before ripping one into the right field side. First pitch from Fuller to Thompson. Fastball catches the upper inside part of the zone there, so the count is 0-1. Peyton Fuller, a lot of sharp break on those fastballs or indoor cutters that he throws. Real hard, kind of heavy ball thrower in Fuller. Is now the runner from first takes off. A nice jump there from Spencer, and he'll have himself a stolen base. And I believe that one was called there by the third base coach. Fuller with a really long windup and delivery to home plate. Coach calling for Thompson to step out, gives first baseman a sign. He takes that base relatively easily. Fuller, another pitch. That one's taken outside. So now count is 1-2 with 2 runners in scoring position. Something into the outfield and most likely make this a 6-1 ball game in favor of the Falcons. So the Rebels have really struggled to find their footing here in the early goings of the first game of the series. And next pitch from Fuller. That one down and away. Nice pick there from Sharp. Doesn't allow that ball to get by him and a run to score. So count is even at 2-2 with 2 men on, 2 men in scoring position with only 1 away here. Hits from each team now look like 6 in favor of the Falcons and 3 in favor of the Rebels. So they are down big on the scoreboard. That one's ripped into center fielder. Will it get down? No. Charles makes a nice play. The runner will tag up from third base into Mia, and he will score. The score now reads 5-1 in favor of the Falcons. And that ball was ripped by Thompson, but a nice play there from Charles to come in and grab it. So now the runner still remains in scoring position.
At the plate, the catcher, number 28, Walker Zapp.
Walker Zapp will step back into the batter's box. He had a fielder's choice in which he reached and didn't advance in the second inning. An opportunity here for Zapp to get his 3rd RBI of the season. And now a ball that gets by the third baseman on the back pick. The ball was thrown low by Peyton Fuller, bounced in the dirt. Forces Sharp to trying to make a great throw over to third base. Ends up one-hopping or short-hopping Braden Murphy at third. It heads into left field, and now the Falcons have a 6-1 lead. Hard to break that one down. A lot of moving parts that didn't go right for the Rebels there. It looked like if that ball was a little bit higher, maybe they get the runner at first base, but no, it doesn't work. So you can hear the cheers from the Falcons fans as they now lead 6-1 and are commanding this ball game. Count remains 1-2 to Zapp. 2 away here in the top of the third inning. That one's ripped over to third base, and it will get past the outstretched glove of Braden Murphy. And a base hit for Zapp, and the Falcons are still moving along in this inning, bringing up Coven for his second at-bat of the game.
Next up, the center fielder, number 3, Blake Coven.
And Fuller retake the mound. A little conversation with the first baseman, Darian Williams, maybe about base runner on first. Zapp did have a stolen base in his last at bat. First pitch there outside for ball 1. And it looks like the third base coach giving another sign over to Coven standing on first. It'll be interesting to see if he takes off here, and he does. Fuller, the long windup again. No chance for Sharp there on the throw down. So Zapp, second stolen base of the game, and now there's going to be a word here from Stan Stoll to Peyton Fuller, and you got to think it's just because of that long windup. Fuller takes a peek at the bullpen. Nobody coming out here for him. Mainly just a discussion, I believe, with holding runners on. He's got to be better there. He has to eliminate that large step he takes, that large stride when delivering the pitch to Sharp. He needs to switch to a slide step, and I'm pretty sure that's all the conversation is, and he'll head back to the dugout, and UNLV infield will return to their spots as well. A 2-0 count to Coven right now. If Coven gets on, it'll be 2 more runners on for the Falcons, and it brings up that heart of the order, really 1 through 5. 1 through 6, really, of the Falcons. Fuller, another fastball outside. Count is now 3-0. Struggling to locate his pitchers is Fuller since coming into this ball game. 3-0 count here. Next one, fastball outside corner. He'll get that call. So the count now is 3-1 on Coven, who in his last at bat struck out looking. Next one there from Fuller. That one inside, no call. And he'll take his base. Another walk here from Fuller.
Now batting the shortstop, number 12, Eric Joe.
Eric Joe stepped back into the batter's box, a single in which he came all the way around to score on a sacrifice fly in his first at-bat. Second at-bat in the second inning. Hard hit ground ball to Gianni Horvat, which was taken care of. So 1 for 2 on a day for Joe. Runner in scoring position for him. That was the first pitch from Fuller. Bounces in front of the plate. And next pitch from Fuller here. He said he throws. He doesn't get a call there. So count is now 2-0 on Joe. Fuller setting his third pitch of the at-bat. It currently sits in a 2-0 count. Runners on first and second, 2 away, a 6-1 lead for the Falcons. That one, like a little bit of an off-speed pitch there, catches the zone. So fighting back into the count is Fuller. A 2-1 is where it stands. Fourth pitch of the at-bat here. Fastball outside the zone. 3-1 now. Another walk here could spell disaster as it brings up Colasingham, who is the leading batter in this Falcons order. Fuller attacking now. That one's flied into right field, but it will head foul towards the Lead Athletic Complex. So a full count here to Joe. A base hit could spell trouble. A walk could spell trouble. Fuller needs to get the out here to limit the damage. Runners going. That one's lined into the gap in right field. That's going to score a run. Runner on first base there, going to advance to third. So a 7-1 lead now for the Falcons. They have exploded for a 5-run third inning.
They call him High Styles.
At the plate, the first baseman, number 5, Sam Colasingham.
And Sam Colasingham now stepping into the batter's box. Currently today, 2 base hits. That's the first pitch he looks at for ball 1. Count is 1-0. Excuse me, he was 1 for 1 on a day. He had a walk in his last at-bat, both times coming around to score. That one, a fastball way outside corner, and after that discussion that was had on the mound from Fuller and head coach Lance Zulte, he still looks to be having that long stride towards home plate. Interested to see here if that extra base is taken by the runner on first, and it will be. Sharp, throw down. They will not get him. He is safe at second base. A great throw there from Sharp. He tried his best to get it down there. He's a little high, and Joe able to sneak his hand in there. So now 2 more runners in scoring position here. A base hit by Colasingham makes this game 9-1. We'll see what happens. First pitch there, or excuse me, next pitch is taken for a ball on the outside part of the plate. It is now 3-1 to Colasingham. 2 outs here. A walk loads the bases. That one smashed right back up the middle. Horvat makes a nice play. Catches on the short hop, throws it over to first, and that will finally retire the top half of the third inning. But the damage is done. 5 runs for the Falcons, and they now lead by a score of 7-1. The Rebels need a response here in the bottom half of the third inning. We'll be right back after these few songs.
Rebel fans, need plans for Memorial Day weekend? Then stop by the marketing table and enter for a chance to win a pair of tickets to Leslie Jones. We will announce the winner later this evening. Good luck. Leading off the bottom of the third for the Hustlin Rebels, second baseman, number 3, Gianni Horvat.
And we bring you back here, bottom of the third inning. The Falcons put up 5 in the top half of the third. Now up Gianni Horvat as he takes the first pitch from Sansing for a ball on the outside corner. Count is 1-0. Horvat, the last batter in the UNLV lineup today. Meanwhile, the Falcons entering their third at-bats already in this ball game. They have had a commanding start to this one, leading 7-1 as that next pitch fouled off towards the UNLV practice football field and the parking lot over in that area. Count is 1-2. Next pitch from Sansing. Lined right back up the middle by Horvat, but a nice play out there in center by Coven as he catches that ball on the line.
Next up, the right fielder, number 22, Alex Pimentel.
Now that'll bring up Alex Pimentel. Next up, Alex Pimentel. First pitch to him taken for strike one. A 1 count to Pimentel. The next pitch he sees is grounded over to the shortstop. A nice throw over to the first baseman, and a nice pick there from Sankohl to sing him over at first.
Now batting the center fielder, number 25, Rylan Charles.
Joe may want to put a little bit more on that one. Looks like it's strong throw coming in, but kind of just died before it got over to first base. Nicola Singham does a great job of making sure he picks that one up. Doesn't allow anything else to happen. So quickly 2 away here in the bottom of the third inning. These Rebel half innings are going by quickly. First pitch there to Rylan Charles, taken for a ball. Looked like a slider that cut in and just misses the low inside part of the strike zone on the left-handed Charles. Next pitch fouled back, and it looks like it'll be a souvenir. And it would have been if it wouldn't have hopped over the wall out on the left side of the infield, I should say. Down to the rocks in front of Early Wilson Stadium, I presume. Next pitch, low. 2-1 count to Rylan Charles. Last at bat had the single for the Rebels. Only hit in the first inning as the next pitch is also taken for a ball. So a 3-1 count to Rylan Charles, as with 2 outs, he's looking to maybe spark just a little bit of a rally, try and chip away at this large lead that the Falcons have put up on the Rebels here early. Next pitch, fastball. That one called for a strike. Charles trying to get off a walk. Checks back with the home plate umpire, just asking where that pitch was. Definitely caught the outside corner from where I'm sitting. Full count, 2 outs. Pitch from Sansing. Fastball, low, no cover. And Charles will take first base.
Stepping to the plate, the catcher, number 5, Jacob Sharp.
Hey, postman. What else?
Walk, leash, walk, 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 walk.
Sharp, the leading hitter in this Rebels order for back pick over to first base. Nothing doing there. Getting 328 coming into this ball game in his last at bat. A wacky double play, a line drive to the third baseman, Thompson, that was caught and thrown over to Cole Singham, picked on a hop, and got Charles, who was leading off of first base. Definitely one of the most random double plays you'll see, especially in college baseball. Still hard contact made by Sharp. Lucky to see if he can line something into the outfield grass to extend this inning. That one's flied out to center field. And step back will be taken by Coven, but he will put it away. A can of corn out in center, and that'll do it. By the bottom half of the third inning for the Rebels, they still are down 7-1. They cannot chip away in that half inning. We'll be right back after these few songs as the Falcons look to extend their lead in the top half of the fourth.
Fans, step up to the plate and hit a home run in your home buying journey with Fairway Independent Mortgage Bank's Moore Wilson branch, the proud sponsor of the UNLV versus Air Force Academy series. Let them be your MVP in the mortgage game. Tonight, they root for our Rebels, and tomorrow they'll make your home ownership dreams a reality. Fairway Mortgage, your winning team.
You know it's this. Take a perk and it's talking and see. When it's swollen like this, they never perfecting a kid. Get up in the most take on my hand, and be better, fill up the road, just ran. I know I got $1 million and double it, then I cheap it again. Knowledge.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Taking the mound for UNLV, number 17, Cole Roberts.
Even though she was in love, I am still heartless, yeah. Mix up the party back, pipe like mommy. I was that fresh young, right money. Yeah, I don't draw like mommy. Yeah, I'm so raw, I don't need use a condom outside. When I play golf, only talk for a par. All of my watch cost me a new car. Marry my, and I treat her like mom.
Leading off the top of the fourth for the Falcons, third baseman, number 1, Jay Thomason.
And we bring you back here at the top of the fourth inning. Now taking the mound for the Rebels, Cole Roberts. So far in the season for UNLV, the lowest ERA on the team of 3.52, a record of 007 appearances, no starts, only 7.2 innings pitched. With that ERA is the first pitch he throws to Thomason, lifted into left field. Grizzlick gets under it, and he'll make that catch easy out in left field. So one away here to begin the top of the fourth inning. A nice sight to see after giving up 5 in the previous inning.
The designated hitter, number 7, Jake Grieving.
Bring up Grieving. Grieving, by far the best hitter so far in this game for the Falcons. 3 RBIs, a 2-run shot in the left field in his last at-bat. Before that, a sacrifice fly. Roberts, his first pitch, up and away. Count is 1-0. It's a Grieving. Another pitch from Roberts, up and away. Count now moves to 2-0. Roberts trying to get the chase on that upstairs fastball. Hasn't been able to yet. Another fastball upstairs on the outside part of the plate. And again, it's 3-0 to Grieving. If anybody's going to get the green light in this situation, it may be Grieving. Grieving finally takes that last pitch, and that one will find the strike zone. Still a close pitch there on the outside corner. He'll get the call from the home plate umpire, so now a 3-1 count. And the next pitch from Roberts swung on and fouled off to the left-hand side. So count now moves to 3-2 on the Grieving, and great job here by Roberts to fight back into this at bat while still maintaining a competitive nature, not throwing anything right over the heart of the plate to a batter such as Grieving. Roberts, 6th pitch of the at bat, swung on and missed, and retired there. Grieving thought Sharp may have dropped that pitch. He started heading to first base. Sharp shows the glove to the umpire.
Next up, the second
he makes the
baseman,
call,
number 25,
so 2 outs here.
Traden Tamiya.
In the Rebels' favor so far this inning. That'll bring up Tamiya. Tamiya in his last at-bat had the double in which he came all the way around to score. And that one smashed down the left field line. Will it stay fair? That ball is foul, about a foot away from the foul pole out there. It wouldn't have been a home run, but it hits the top of the wall. That one was crushed by Tamiya, a guy who really is known more for his contact swings. Only 2 home runs on the season. 0-1 count to Tamia. Roberts sets, and he fires to home plate. Swung on and missed. Another curveball there from Roberts. A lot of sharp action on those breaking balls, and he's locating really where he wants to. It'd be huge if Roberts can stabilize through a couple innings of work here, limit the bullpen. The next one swung on, chopped over to Myro. Myro will field that one, send it over to first base, taken care of by Williams, and a 1-2-3 inning from Cole Roberts coming out in relief of Peyton Fuller. And that's what they needed there. They'll head to the bottom half of the fourth inning here. Rebels still looking to chip away at this lead.
Hey fans, your Rebels will be right back here tomorrow evening for Game 2 of the final home series of the season against the same Air Force Falcons. First pitch set for 6:05. We hope to see you there. Leading off the bottom of the fourth for UNLV, first baseman, number 2, Adarian Williams.
Flipping it around and catching the body straight out the north. Don't let them build a case, try and cross us. We put it vibes to motion, we going coast to coast. They get restricted like us.
Bring you back here for the bottom of the fourth inning. Sansing remains on the mound for the Falcons. First pitch to Darren Williams taking for ball one. A little bit of a breeze starting to roll in through early Wilson now as the sun is beginning to set towards the left side of the field. As that pitch is going to be grounded over to the shortstop Joe, thrown over to Colasinga, and he will take care of it. First out there quickly for the Rebels.
Now batting the left fielder, number 47, Austin Krizik.
Codeine, I sip while I'm smoking it. Acting like God in my crew, almighty. No TGI Friday, eat fast, all we down. All of my more BBS down. So wrestling.
One out here in the bottom half of the fourth inning, and it's taken there by Krizik for strike one. Krizik's first at bat, it was a line out to left field. Next pitch swung on and missed, so quickly 0-2 to Krizik. Rebels have struggled to limit Singham's pitch count as that one's fouled off to the right-hand side, so count will remain 0-2. Sansing continues to work in that fastball, really all around the strike zone, has that sharp breaking ball that he's shown off. Fastball again, up and in, fouled off to the right-hand side and out of play towards the grass area behind the right field seats. And the fourth pitch of the at-bat, Sansing. Another fastball up and in. Krizik fouls that one over the left-hand side. Along the ground is an Air Force Falcon. Will head out to get that baseball in foul territory. Krizik went down 0-2, fouls off 2 here. Next pitch, fifth of the at-bat, will be taken for ball one. So count is now 1-2. Or a couple of groans out from the left side of the infield from the few fans that are here for the Air Force Falcons. It's a close pitch there. Next pitch swung on and missed by Krizik. And it won't matter about the call before that because a great off-speed pitch sends Krizik back to the dugout.
The third baseman, number 4, Braden Murphy.
Underrated, but far from underpaid, and those some problems that fade the hunger stay. These stomach rumbles could humble thunder. I'm still fueled by the ones that slumber, to stand out amongst the one-hit wonders. So when the dust settles in the sun.
And now it's Braden Murphy. He'll step to the plate. Similar situation to his last at bat. The first pitch is taken for a ball. Last at bat he entered with 2 outs. and hit the 2-out double after a 9-pitch at bat. Multiple foul balls, and then Paul Myra coming up next hit a triple to bring him home. The only run the Rebels have scored so far. They are down 7-1 here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Next pitch taken for a strike, so the third pitch at bat coming now, fouled off to the front of Early Wilson Stadium, right over the canopy. Now a 1-2, and Sansing, if the Rebels have not been able to get a base runner on early, has been real dominant in these innings. Very few pitches being thrown, but very quick results. Is that next one again fouled off the left-hand side? It's kind of a trait from Murphy we've seen at this point in the year. If he doesn't like the pitch and it's close, he's in a 2-strike count. He's just able to get his hands to it, foul it off, and look for another pitch. It's very annoying to some of these pitchers. The next one's, again, hands thrown at it, chops it foul. Sixth pitch of the at-bat coming, and he had a 9-pitch at-bat that resulted in a double on his last time up. And that one swung on, and it's popped into left. Left fielder oncoming. He'll make the catch, and that'll do it for the Rebels side of the 4th inning. They'll head back out into the infield. They are still trailing 7-1 as the 5th inning will begin. We will assume that Cole Roberts will resume duties out on the mound after the 1-2-3 inning, and he will. We'll be right back for the Air Force Falcons have their 5th at-bat upcoming.
Fans, the Rebel Athletic Fund is the team behind the teams, generating critical resources to support all UNLV student athletes. Learn more about how you can help graduate leaders, win championships, and help our student athletes excel at all that they do by visiting rebelathleticfund.com. Leading off the top of the 5th for Air Force Academy, the right fielder, number 14, Chase Spencer.
Chase Spencer enters into the batter's box for his 3rd at-bat of the evening. Line drive out to right field that was caught by Bernaro in his 1st at-bat, but then he had a single in the 3rd inning. That 3rd inning in which Hawkins put up 5. It's the first pitch he sees, chopped over the left-hand side, fielded, thrown over to first base, but Darian Williams cannot pick the throw by Braden Murphy. And the runner will advance from second. He makes the turn, heads to third base. A strong throw from Sharp, but he is in there. Great heads-up base running from Chase Spencer. And now the ball remains at third base there. Ray Murphy tried a little hidden ball trick and almost got the runner.
Next up, the left fielder, number 20, Matt Thompson.
Either way, the Falcons runner on third base here. Nobody out. Looked as if the first pitch of the inning was going to reward a quick out for Roberts. Instead, it goes the complete opposite way on the throwing error from Braden Murphy. The Rebels' 2nd error of the afternoon. And that one's curveball that doesn't find the strike zone as in steps Matt Thompson. In the 2nd inning, his first at bat, got a single. In that 3rd inning, with the 5 runs that were scored by the Falcons, he had a sacrifice fly. A 2-0 count here to Thompson. Next pitch fouled straight back over the canopy, so the count now moves to 2-1. Not a way to help out your pitcher on an early error there, especially one that results in a runner only 90 feet away from scoring. Thompson now on a 2-1 count, sends that one deep in the left field. Chris will go back and make the catch, but that will result in another sacrifice fly for Thompson, his second of the afternoon, and his second RBI. So the lead now 8-1.
Now batting the catcher, number 28, Walker Zapp.
Important to keep in mind, if it is a 10-run lead after the 7th inning, it will result in a mercy rule, and a win will go to the Air Force Falcons. First pitch there to Zapp, taken for a strike. Next pitch is Zapp, swung on and missed, so the count quickly 0-2 with one away here in the top half of the 5th inning. And that one swung on, miss, and that is a quick strikeout to Zapp. So Roberts, I mean, he gives up the error, they score the 1 run, but other than that, he has been
Next up,
lights
the
out
center
since
fielder,
coming in
number
relief.
3, Blake Coven.
So the strikeout on 3 pitches to Zapp, and now bring up Blake Coven, the center fielder. First pitch to him is swung on and missed. So far on his day, the strikeout looking, and then the walk. Next here, cheer from Cole Roberts. Fastball up and away. Count now is even at 1 apiece. 2 outs here as the Rebels look to head back into the dugout. Bottom half of the 5th inning and try and chip away at this lead. That one's a bunt laid down. Roberts fields it, throws it over to first base, and they will get him in time. Retire the side. Interesting decision there from Coven. Looked like he tried to lay a drag bunt down, but instead it goes right back to Cole Roberts. So we'll head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Will the Rebels chip away at this lead, or will they continue the struggle? We'll find out right after this. Enjoy these few songs while we wait.
Rebel fans, be sure to check out the UNLV Rebels app. It features real-time news alerts, schedules, exclusive content, ticket integration, game day details, and more. The UNLV Rebels mobile app is free and compatible with both Apple and Android devices. So go download it today.
The only thing on my agenda is beers and sunshine. Bonfires in summertime. Back porch nights in South Carolina. Ain't nothing finer than me and my girls striking up a little line. Everybody's down in the world all crazy. Don't know how to fix it, but I think maybe turn on the good times, turn off the TV. Yeah, the only BS I need is beers and sunshine. Gonna call my girl and say, let's get our friends and hit the lake. Grab a boat and get to floating. A little buzzed and a little toasted.
Leading off the bottom of the 5th for the Rebels, shortstop, number 23, Paul Myro, the 4th.
And we bring you back here, bottom half of the 5th inning. Sansing remains on the mound. Paul Myro, you hear that Star Wars music, you know he's stepping up to bat. He had a triple in his first at bat off a line drive into right field. And Spencer, the right fielder, would lay out for it and get past his glove, and he would have the only RBI so far for the Rebels, as they are down 8-1 and need to start chipping away at this lead if they want to have a chance to fight back in this one. Myro, third pitch fouled off to the left-hand side. Count is now 1-2. So Paul Myro so far in this game, again, the triple. Only at bat he's had so far. The Air Force guys getting their 3rd at bats now, just to tell you how this game has gone for the Rebels. Count is now even at 2-2 after a fastball is taken upstairs. You look out toward the right field side right now, and there are some really big rain clouds coming up overhead as the wind is also starting to pick up. We'll see if that has any effect on the game that's currently being played. Nice pitch here from Sansing, lined in the left. Foul. So count is 3-2 to Palmyra. So he's looking to get the Rebels a leadoff base runner. Again, would start off as a real sunny day, no clouds, real hot day out. That's 90 degrees here in the Las Vegas Valley. As the next pitch is taken for a ball and a walk to Palmyra. It's quickly
Now
turned
batting
into
the
a
designated hitter, number 8, Santino Panaro.
cloudy, windy day.
Let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
Empty count here now. Santino Panaro steps to the box and he rips one on the ground to the second baseman. A throw to short, the throw back to first, and a double play is made. So the leadoff baseball goes for naught. And the Rebels are empty now on the base paths.
Next up, the second baseman, number 3, Gianni Horvath.
It's your kid now, the hustle.
The first pitch, Panaro sees a 4-6-3 double play. That'll bring up Gianni Horvath first at bat. Had a line drive into center field after he had the opportunity to bring home Myro from third after the triple that he had. And next pitch is taken for a ball. Count is 1-0 to Horvath. Second pitch to Horvath here, lined right back up the middle, and that one is going to get over the head of Tamia out there at
Now
second
batting
base.
the right fielder, number 22, Alex Pimentel.
Showed off the vertical there and just barely couldn't grab that one out of the air as it floated over second base. And now to bring up Alex Pimentel. So, counts 0-0. Horvath gets his lead at first base. A first pitch there to Pimentel, taken on the outside corner for a ball. Pimentel so far in this game, 2 putouts. One went right back to the pitcher. The other one, throw across the diamond from Joe. It's put away. Looking to get on the board of his first base hit of the ball game. Sansing, fastball, no call there. Counts 2-0. Couple of yells from third base side. And that one's lined straight back up the middle into center field, and it will be taken care of. A line out to center field, and then again the Rebels retired. No runs scored. They still trail 8-1 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. We will be right back as the Air Force Falcons look to extend their lead and possibly put themselves in a position to win this game in 7 innings.
Rebel fans, season tickets for the 23-24 season for both men's and women's basketball are now on sale. Be sure to renew yours today or get new season tickets starting at just $115 for your Runnin' Rebels and $75 for your Lady Rebels. For more info, visit unlvtickets.com. Leading off the top of the 6th for the Falcons, shortstop, number 12, Eric Joe.
And we'll bring you back here for the top of the 6th inning. Eric Joe steps into the batter's box. Joe so far in this game, 3 at-bats along with 2 singles. Then a put out to the second baseman, Gianni Horvath. First pitch taken for a ball to Joe. Roberts remains out there on the mound for his third inning of work after coming into relief of Matera and Fuller. Next pitch there lined out to Palmyra, and he'll put a stop to that. Nice catch out there, pretty routine, and 1 out here for the Rebels here in the top of the 6th.
Next up, the first baseman, number 5, Sam Kulasingam.
That one swung on and missed. And Kulasingam, and that count is quickly to 1-1 even. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Kulasingam due up, then Thomason. Given that no one gets on, and a beautiful catch by Gianni Horvat. Kulasingam lined that one into the gap between, on the right side of second base, in between second base and the second baseman. Horvat, he makes a diving play and catches that one before it hits the ground.
Third baseman, number 1,
absolutely
Jay
robbing
Thomason.
Kulasingam of a base hit. So 2 outs here. Top of the 6th inning. The Rebels defense playing well behind Roberts, and Roberts is making sure they don't have too much work to do out there as he's attacking these Air Force hitters. First pitch to Thomason, singing for a ball. That one swung on and popped way into the air in right field. It's deep. That ball is carrying. It is gone. Thomason popped that one real high into the air. And Roberts, who's been pitching very well since coming on in relief here, finally gets hurt. It's by the long ball. Thomason, his 19th home run, team leading 19th home run of the season.
The designated hitter, number 7, Jake Grieving.
He has been hitting bombs like that all season. And man, that one looked like it might even be a fly out to right, but way too deep there for Pinaro, who's sitting out there in right and was already on the warning track looking up. By the time that ball got hit, Roberts, first pitch to the next batter, Grieving, swung on and missed. Second home run of the day for the Falcons. Grieving hit the first one on a short liner that just got over the wall and left. And next pitch swung on and missed. Oh, 0-2 count here to Grieving. Roberts doing a good job of getting ahead of these batters. Again, the only run he's given off is off the long ball that was just hit by Thomason, who absolutely crushed one into right field. Count is 1-2 as the next pitch is taken for a ball. Roberts steps off the mound. Would have been a balk there if there was somebody on base, but not the case after that home run. That one's taken or an outside. Fastball again, so count is now even at 2-2. 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the inning. Grieving again so far in this game, sacrifice fly, the 2-run home run, and then a strikeout after working his way to a full count. So seeing a lot of quality pitches here as that one's chopped right back over to Roberts. Roberts will take it and flip it over to first base. So he gives up the home run, but that's all the damage that's done. It's a 9-1 lead for the Falcons. We'll be right back for the bottom half of the 6th inning.
High-Speed Rebel Challenge. Rylan Charles played the game earlier, but first we have Gavin, who has 15 seconds to name as many items in a category as possible. If Gavin names more than Rylan, he will win a prize pack courtesy of Raising Cane's. All right, Gavin, here you go. Your topic is ballpark food. 15 seconds on the clock. Go. 15 seconds starts now. And time is up. That's a total of 9. Let's see how many Rylan got.
nachos, hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken fingers and fries, barbecue pulled pork sandwiches, garlic fries, some chili fries.
Final score, Gavin 9, Rylan 7. Congratulations, Gavin. Leading off the 6th for the Rebels, center fielder number 25, Rylan Charles.
And we start off here the top half of the 6th inning. That one's popped, or excuse me, the 6th inning popped up on the first pitch, and it'll be taken care of by the third baseman.
Next up, the catcher, number 5, Jacob Sharp.
Walk, leash, walk, 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 leash, walk, walk, leash, walk, walk, leash, walk, walk, leash, walk,
And now bring up Jacob Sharp. Jacob Sharp so far in the ball game, 0 for 2, a double play and a line drive into center field that was caught. First pitch to him was taken for a ball in the lower part of the strike zone. Count is 1-0 to Sharp. Best hitter in the UNLV order, has been limited today, but that next pitch is crushed, but it will head foul. Wind blowing out towards the left side of the field here at Early Wilson Stadium. Even checking the weather app here, there is some signs of rain as the next one absolutely smoshed it into deep left. That ball is gone off the scoreboard. Jacob Sharp.
Stage left. Jacob Sharp has left the building. That home run is brought to you by Intermountain Health. Intermountain Health and UNLV Athletics, better together.
An absolute bomb there from Jacob Sharp off the scoreboard, and that's his 11th of the season. Again,
now batting
most
the first
valuable
baseman,
hitter in that
number 2,
UNLV order.
Williams.
With the wind blowing out to left, the first one that he hit just went foul into the bullpen area. Got the same pitch, turned and burned. The Rebels now, it's a 9-2 lead. As now Darian Williams steps into the batter's box looking to replicate what Sharp just did. Still down by 7 runs. Next one, smash down the left field line. That one's going to be fair. It's going to be a double for Darian Williams. And even counted 1-1, crushes the one down the left field line. And the Rebels starting to make some hard contact now. Still down 9-2, but a good start here. No, only one out.
Number 47, Austin Krizik.
The home run, Jacob Sharp, the double by Darian Williams. Home run by Chris Akir. Puts them right back in business. With a lot of power right-handed bats in this UNLV order, it's easy to see that they could come back in this ball game. Foul ball off to the right-hand side in the first pitch. After underachieving a lot this year, the Rebels still do have a lot of same power that they had last year. If they're able to put it together, they are able to string a lot of runs and come back in ball games. We've seen it all throughout this season. Next pitch there, fastball into dirt, blocked in front by Zapp. A good block by Zapp allows Darian Williams not to advance to third base. Count is even at 1-1 with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. After this, only 3 more innings to go. Or if the Falcons are able to score 3 runs, they would take it in 7. That one's flared out to right field. That one will be taken care of on the warning track. Williams will tag up and head to third base, and he'll make it there without a throw standing up. So 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th, and now we'll bring up Braden Murphy.
Batting the third baseman, number 4, Braden Murphy.
Underpaid, and those some problems that fade, the hunger stay, these stomach rumbles could humble thunder. I'm still fueled by the ones that slumber, to stand out amongst the one-hit wonders. So when the dust
Braden Murphy here entering for his third at-bat. First at-bat was a double in which he came around to score. His next at-bat was a fly out into left field. First pitch he sees is taken for strike 1. A base hit here for Murphy would make the game 9-3. And although the Falcons only have 9 hits in this ball game, they do have 9 runs. 2 long balls have added to that. The Rebels with 6 hits, only with 2. As to show, a lot of runners have been also left on base here for the Rebels this evening. And the wind that was just blowing into left field just a short time ago, now blowing out into center, and Murphy is going to rip a base hit right through the middle and into center. And it's now a 9-3 ball game. Still in favor of the Falcons, but 2 runs put up here by the Rebels.
Paul
It's a start.
Myro, the 4th.
And now that will bring up Paul Myro. A 9-4 ball game here now at Early Wilson Stadium after the base hit back up the middle. And now Braden Murphy takes off to second base on the drop ball, and Murphy's going to get in there safely. A strong throw by Zab down to second after blocking that one off to the right-hand side, but they cannot get Murphy. He slides in safely. And now the count even at 1-1 to Paul Myro. Rebels doing a good job chipping away back at this lead now, finally being able to scratch some runs across against Sansing, who has been so good to start this game. That one lined right back up the middle, and it's going to get by. Now let's just go to Tania. Tania cannot make the play. And now, but he does get a glove on it, which limits
hitter number
Murphy,
8,
and he cannot
Santino
advance home
Panaro.
to score the 4th run of the inning. But there are runners on first and third for Santino Panaro now.
Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words,
And there's going to be a break in the action here as the head coach for the Falcons is going to head out to the pitcher's mound and have a little talk with Sansing, who's been so good in this game besides this one inning.
kiss me. Fill my heart with song. Let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I
There was a little miscalculation on the scoreboard. Score is now 9-3.
In other words,
The home run and the other single from Murphy only resulting in the 2 runs. So score is 9-3 in favor of the Falcons, but there are still 2 runners on first and third. And pitch here, taken for a ball down low. Count is 1-0 here to Santino Panaro. Santino Panaro is first at bat. Ground out to the second baseman, next at bat. Another ground ball to the second baseman that was turned into a double play. First 2 pitches he sees here are balls, however, so 2-0 count to Santino Panaro. Next one, chopped foul. It's going to actually come back into play. A throw over to first, and they do not get him. That's going to be another run for the Rebels, and now it's a 9-4 game, and they still have runners on first and second.
God, don't get it up.
At the plate, second baseman number 3, Gianni Horvat.
He chopped one that was going foul. It spun back into play, landed on the grass fair. Sansing tried to pick it up and make a strong throw to first, but Panaro maybe looked like he tied the throw there. Tie goes to the runner, so now runners on first and second as Gianni Horvat steps to the plate. Had a single in his last at-bat. The at-bat before that, he made hard contact and sent a line drive into center field that was caught. First pitch he sees is outside, so the count is 1-0. Both teams now tied at 9 hits apiece. The Rebels, though, 2 errors and are down by 5 on the big board. Also has to do with the 2 home runs that have been hit by these Falcons. Sansing delivers to the plate. Another fastball outside. Count is 2-0 to Gianni Horvat. And you'd think the bullpen for the Falcons would start to get active here. Gianni Horvat in the batter's box. That throws a Sansing, and that one will find its way into the strike zone. So 2-1 now to Horvat. 2-1 count, 2 runners on. The Rebels have put up 3 here in this inning. And that one's ripped into center field. It's going to get down. That's going to be another run here for the Rebels as Myro comes around to score. Paul Myro has come around to score, and now the base hit from Gianni Horvat has made this a 4-run game. And we're going to have a little break in the action here. And we're going to have a new arm come into this ball game for the Air Force Falcons. The Rebels have struck for 4 here in the bottom half of the 6th inning and made it a 9-5 ball game. They needed to start chipping away earlier in the game, or so we thought. Instead, they're just going to put up 4 here in this inning and make up for the lack of work in the other innings. And they still might have a chance here with 2 runners on with 2 away in the top half of the lineup. Coming up now in Alex Pimentel.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching for Air Force, number 44, Ryan Storr.
Ryan Storr, as you hear there, coming in to pitch for the Air Force Falcons now. After Sansing had a real good 5 innings, struggled in the 6th,
And
gives
batting
up
for
4.
UNLV, number 22, Alex Pimentel.
And exits his night with giving up 5 and 5 2/3 innings of work. Our stat line, though, is really ruined by the bats of UNLV here in the 6th inning. And with 2 away, there's still 2 runners on with the top half of the lineup up for UNLV. Another base hit here. Another run will score as they continue to chip away at this lead, as that pitch is going to be taken outside for ball 1. Alex Pimentel so far today 0 for 3, 2 groundouts and a line out to center field, and most recently Horvat, a line drive out in the center that fell in front of Falcons outfielder. The next pitch is fouled off the glove of Zapp. Count is now even at 1-1. Pimentel's able to shorten up and hit a similar spot to that. That's going to be another run for the Rebels. If Pimentel was able to get on base, Rylan Charles would be the next UNLV batter to come aboard. He's 1 for 2 with a walk and a single. That one's curveball low. And they don't get the call there. Again, more chirping from the crowd on the left side of the infield. next one's a curveball. It's going to flop in there. And Stower fell behind 2-0, right back into this at-bat at 2-2. Pimentel needs to swing at anything close now. From where I'm sitting, there is some lightning out towards the right field part of the ballpark. Still a ways away, as you can hear it, though, start to touch down. There was 30% chance of thunderstorms in this area, but it looks like it is getting pushed out away from the ballpark, so hopefully that will have no effect on the game that's currently going on. The next pitch was taken for a ball, so a full count here to Alex Pimentel. And the next pitch to him fouled off, and it's going to go into the seats on the first baseline. And it will bounce into the grass area behind those seats. Full count, 2 outs here. In the bottom half of the 6th inning, the Rebels have scored 4. Pimentel looking to up that number. Stower sets, fires. That one's going to be inside, and it's going to hit Pimentel. So the bases will be loaded now for Rylan Charles, an opportunity to do even more damage
now
here
batting
for
the
Rebels.
center fielder, number 25, Rylan Charles.
Bases loaded for Charles, and man, Charles has just upped his game to another level after the halfway point of this season. Charles currently 7 home runs. 4 home runs. Or 7 home runs, 35 RBIs. Yes, that was the correct stat that I was looking at there. Home run here would tie this ball game. Instead, it's going to be ripped on the ground to first base. And Colasingham, a beautiful diving play. Yeah! And he picks that one in the short hop, tags first. And a good chance and a good rip there from Rylan Charles. Doesn't go the Rebels' way, but they do chip away at this lead from 9-1 to 9-5. 4 runs down. And Cole Roberts will return to the mound once more.
Introducing an even faster and easier way to order canes with our new app. Find your closest restaurant.
Actually, it will be Cole Roberts.
Customize your meal, pay, and schedule pickup. So next time, take it easy and order with the Raising Cane's app.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
Yes, Cole Roberts will return to the mound here.
Ladies and gentlemen, now pitching for the Rebels, number 30, Reese Lewick.
And actually, no, it will not be Cole Roberts. A similar look out there. Reese Lewick, the freshman of the week, just 1 week ago in the Mountain West Conference. He's been great in these late inning performances. We're going to see if he's able to do it again. Most recently, a 3-inning save against the New Mexico Lobos, in which that series they were able to take it in a 2-1 fashion. Will put them in a good position to maybe make the playoff before heading to Fresno State, which they would drop 3 straight. Put themselves in a not favorable position now. Again, a loss here tonight would eliminate them from any sort of playoff contention this year. And a team that was picked to win the Mountain West in these Hustlin Rebels just falls short. A very disappointing season for the team and for Coach Stan Stolte. It'll be an interesting offseason to see what new players they can bring into this college team. See if they can improve upon this next year. There is
Leading
positive though, a lot of young players for this Rebels team.
Number 25, Traden Tamia.
Now bring up Traden Tamia for Air Force. First batter that Lewick will see. And the first 2 pitches go for balls here for Lewick. And the third pitch of the at-bat working quickly, swung on and missed. A fastball upstairs. So Count is 1-2 for Reese Lewick here. Next pitch. And it's called strike 3. And Lewick knew it, turning his back to the play there. A beautiful cutter on the inside part of the plate. And gets the strikeout looking.
Now batting the right fielder, number 14, Chase Spencer.
And Tamia set down looking for the first out of the 7th inning. Lewick again, first pitch to Spencer, taken for a ball outside, a fastball that didn't find its spot. Reese, second pitch. Foul ball that sent it straight back. Lewick ready for the next pitch. That one's popped up, and it will head just out of the stadium. It's actually caught over there along the cinder block wall on the third baseline. Very back row of seats, and a little souvenir there for a fan who made a nice catch. So, count is now 1-2 after the foul ball from Lewick. 1 out here in the inning, and that one's going to be ripped into left field, and it's going to find the gap. Krizik cuts it off, and he's going to take the turn and go to second. Ball gets in, but it will not be in time. Spencer with a double. Was 1 for 3 on the day, now 2 for 4 after that double.
Now batting for Air Force, the new left fielder, number 22, Chris Stallings.
Reese left that cutter right over the heart of the plate. Spencer made him pay for it. Runner on second base, 1 out here. First pitch from Lewick. It's taken for a ball. One no count here. Lewick delivers the next pitch. Called for a strike on the outside corner. Even count at 1-1 as Lewick sets. He turns and fires back to second base. Nobody really covering, just keeping the runner close there. Both teams registering 10 hits so far in this game, score 9-5 in favor of the Air Force Falcons. UNLV holds the only 2 errors, and the runner takes off from second base. Sharp gathers, fires, and it will not be in time. Sharp threw that one a little bit too far off the bag. Goes off of the foot of Spencer. Two 1 count here to Matt Thompson. Swung on and missed. Count is now even at 2-2. Runner on third base, 1 out here. Lewick sets and delivers with 2 strikes. It's fouled off by Thompson to the right side. Count remains 2-2. Thompson and the 2 strike count. Lewick delivers the next pitch. It's swung on, chopped foul to the third base side. And next pitch from Lewick. That one's fouled straight back by Thompson. Fouled off 3 in a row now. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming up. The runner and Spencer still remains on third base. A base hit here would bring him home. Slider on the inside part of the plate there. Doesn't get the call that he wanted. So a full count now to Thompson. Both sides have had a couple at-bats that have really stretched out the pitch count of some of these pitchers. A lot of foul balls. That one's again fouled straight back over where I'm sitting above the canopy to the front of the stadium. Still a full count here. Tenth pitch of the at-bat now due. And the pitcher from Lewick. It's shot right back up the middle. A nice play there. Realize they can't get the play at home plate. So Myron will make the throw over to first. Now retire Thompson for the second out of the inning. But
Next
Air
up,
Force
the
does
catcher,
scratch
number
another run
28,
across the board.
Walker Zapp.
So a 10-5 ball game as Walker Zapp now steps into the batter's box. And the first pitch from Lewick, way outside there off a slider. Gets past Sharp, but no runners on, so count is 1-0 with no damage done. Zapp so far in this ball game, fielder's choice, a single, a strikeout in his last at-bat. So that fastball heads over close to the heart of the plate, a little low, so the count is now 2-0. Lewick sets, fires on a 2-0 count, taken for a ball. So a 3-0 count here. Walker Zapp and a 3-0 count, and you expect to take this pitch here, and he will. So strike one in this at bat, but it's 3-1. Lewick will have to fight back here if he wants to get out of this inning. And that one's crushed into left center. But instead, it's going to be caught out there on the warning track by Rylan Charles. Hard hit ball in the left center field, just hung up there for too long, and that will end the top half of the seventh inning. We'll head to the bottom half of the seventh inning. Lewick gives up 1 run on 2 base hits. And we will head to the bottom half of the seventh inning as the Rebels continue to chip away at this lead.
You know what time it is. Up out of your seats for the 7th inning stretch. Let's hear you sing along to Sweet Caroline.
Where it began, I can't begin to know it, but then I know it's growing strong. Wasn't the spring, and spring became the summer. Who'd have believed you'd come along? Touching hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Sweet Caroline, good times never seem so good. I've been crying.
Leading off the bottom of the 7th, the catcher, number 5, Jacob Sharp.
Walk, please walk, 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 please walk, walk, please walk, walk, please walk, walk, please walk,
And welcome back here to the bottom of the 7th inning. Jacob Sharp steps up to bat, and the first pitch he sees is fouled off in front of our Lee Wilson Stadium. The score is currently 10-5 in favor of the Air Force Falcons. Stower remains on the mound after coming in relief for Sansing. Second pitch he throws, a fastball upstairs. The count is now even at 1-1 to Sharp. Sharp in his last at bat hit the towering home run into left field. And next pitch is also chopped foul to the left-hand side, so count is now 1-2. pitch here to Sharp, and that one's lined straight back into center field, and it will be caught on a line and tossed back in for the first out.
Next up, the first baseman, number 2, Darian Williams.
Close attention, a situation every day. I'm pushing to the limits. Flipping it around and catching the body straight out the no running. Don't let them build a case against you, try and cross.
And that'll now bring up a Darian Williams. Darian Williams so far in this game, 1 for 3, a double in his last at bat, which he wouldn't come around to score, but he advanced to third base. First pitch he takes for a strike, on his own 1. Next pitch here from Stower, swung on and crushed in the left center fielder. That ball is carrying, and that ball is off the wall, right next to the 375 sign. Now it'll be back-to-back doubles for Darian Williams in consecutive at-bats. The Rebels have a runner on here, 1 out. And
now batting the left fielder, number 47, Austin Krizik.
10,001 for the strippers and fathers. Codeine I sip while I'm smoking it. Working like God in my crew almighty. No TGI Friday, eat fast, all we down. All of my want BBS down. So resting in the club and start changing the climate. Extra on my waist, I'm at rockin' her man.
And next batter up here, Austin Krizik. First pitch from Stower, taken for a ball, count is 1-0. Krizik so far in this game, a line out to left field, a strikeout, and a fly out to right. Base hit here would bring home Darian Williams, cut the lead back down to 4. The Falcons were able to get 1 run back the top half of the last inning. Stower sets and fires, and that one's grounded down the third baseline. That one's going to get past the outstretched glove of the third baseman. Williams is going to come around to score, and Krizik's going to slide into second base, and they will not get him. Missed the tag there. And it is back to a 4-run lead for the Falcons after the
now
double from
batting the
Krizik.
third baseman, number 4, Braden Murphy.
Ain't the same for young Jermaine, still underrated but far from underpaid. And those are problems that fade, the hunger stay. These stomach rumbles could humble thunder. I'm still fueled by the ones that slumber, that stand out amongst the one-hit wonders. So when the dust settles and the sun is under the horizon, y'all should run the numbers. Who the want what with me? Heart is out and I say that reluctantly, cause it should go without
Pause in
saying.
the action here as the catcher Zap's going to head out to talk to Stower after the back-to-back doubles here from the Rebels. Braden Murphy will step up to the plate. First at bat had a double of his own, which he came around to score. Then he had a fly out into left field. Then had a single in his last at bat, so 2 for 3 on the night, and has a run to his name. Now Austin Krizik stands out on second base, and an opportunity here to cut into this lead even more. First pitch to Murphy, swung on and missed on a fastball low and outside, so the count is 0-1. Now Stower sets, looks back to Krizik, looks back to Murphy. That one's fouled off right behind home plate. 2 strikes on Murphy now. That one, shot foul. Still 2 strikes on Murphy. Shown battling in his last couple of at-bats. Had a 9-pitch at-bat back in the 3rd inning, and a 10-pitch at-bat in the 4th. And another foul ball here from Murphy. Working at another quality AB now, 5th pitch of the at-bat coming. Stower gets the ball back, he'll set, and he'll He'll deliver to Murphy. Murphy lines that one to right. That one's going to get down. Around third comes Krizik, a throw home, a one-hopper, and they got him by a mile at home plate. So Murphy will go to second base, but a strong throw out of right field by Spencer. Gets Krizik by a good 5 or 6
number
steps.
23, Paul Myro.
Interesting decision to send him around third base there. Either way, he'll head back to the dugout, and there's still a 4-run lead for the Falcons. And now brings up Paul Myro. Stower sets first pitch to Myro. That one bounces in front of Zapp. He'll block it. And Murphy will remain on second base. Counts 1-0 to Paul Myro. First pitch from Stower. That one swung on and missed for the first strike. Second pitch of the at-bat, excuse me. Counts even at 1 apiece, 2 outs here. And the bottom half of the 7th inning. Braden Murphy stands on second base after the base hit he had. Austin Krizik was standing on second base before he was thrown out, trying to head home, which makes 2 outs here in the innings. That one's fouled straight back. And out Myro, a 1-2 count. Now ready for the pitch. Stower sets. Hasn't checked back on Murphy too much, but he does there. Now he throws it. Now it's ripped, and a bad hop on takes on the third baseman. Murphy's going to round third. Murphy's heading home. Another strong throw towards home plate. Won't get him. Braden Murphy slides in to make this a 10-7 ball game.
The designated hitter, number 8, Santino Panaro.
And the Rebels continue to chip away at this Air Force lead. We're going to have another stop in the action, as will be a conversation between the head coach and Stower, who's out on the mound. Doesn't look like there's any action out of the Air Force bullpen, unless they're just getting ready. No conversation going on. Head coach is looking towards the bullpen, but nothing yet. And here he comes, and there will be a pitching change here. Stower will end his night after coming on in relief of Sansing, who gave up 5. Stower gives up 2. And a runner remains on first base. That will be his. We'll have you up to date of who is coming into this ball game momentarily. Until then, we have a little break in the action. A few songs that get played while this new arm gets warmed up.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Taking the mound for the Falcons, number 19, Duke Binge. Now batting number 8, Santino Panaro.
Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars.
And we bring you back here, the new pitcher on the mound for the Falcons, Duke Benj. Now stepping into the box for the Rebels, Santino Panaro. First pitch from Benj. Close on the outside part of the plate, no call there. Count is 1-0. And that one's ripped into right field over the glove of Tamiya, and to third goes Paul Myro after the single. So now runners on first and third with 2 outs.
Next up, the second baseman, number 3, Gianni Horvat.
Gianni Horvat steps into the box now. A line out to center field in his first at bat, and then back-to-back singles in the 5th and 6th inning. Another single here would bring in another RBI and cut this down to a 2-run lead. Again, this was once a 9-1 ball game in favor of the Air Force Falcons. And first pitch to Horvat, taken for a ball. Count is 1-0. That one, slider, outside part of the plate, no call again. And that's a close call again on the outside part of the plate. So a 2-0 count now to Gianni Horvat, which will force Benj to throw something towards the middle of the strike zone here. Stay competitive, but slider gets past Zap, bounces out in front, and just like that, another runner in scoring position as Santino Panaro will advance. 3-0 count now to Gianni Horvat. If he's able to get on base, that brings up the top of the UNLV lineup. And Alex Pimentel was able to get on via the walk last time up. The next pitch taken for ball 4 on the outside corner, and Horvat is walked on 4
now
pitches
batting the
for
right
Benj.
fielder, number 22, Alex Pimentel.
Bases loaded for the Rebels for Alex Pimentel. Rebels down by 3 runs. First pitch from Benjamin Pimentel. Fastball, strike 1 on the inside corner. Next pitch is taken for a ball, so the count now is evened up at 1-1. Swings right back up the middle. That might score 2. In comes 1 run. In comes 2 runs. The runner's going to advance from first to third, and the Rebels are within 1. Alex Pimentel, after the count went to 1-1, the next pitch smashed back up the middle.
Number 25, Rylan Charles.
And now Charles will be up. His last at bat, a ground ball to first base with the bases loaded. The end of the inning, and a big opportunity. They couldn't score any more across. And now a base hit here will tie the ball game with Gianni Horvat just 90 feet away. Benj, first pitch to Charles. Taking for a strike on the outside corner. Count is 0-1. That one, inside corner. No call on the swing there. So now count is even at 1 apiece. Last time the count was even for Pimentel, a 2-run single. Can Charles replicate the RBI single somewhere in the infield? Swung on and missed there, though. Slider cuts in. 1-2 count here to Ryland Charles. A chance to tie this ball game. Next pitch, taken over the heart of the strike zone, and that will be strike 3. An interesting at-bat there for Ryland Charles, with a chance to tie the game. Looks at 2 pitches down the middle, and that will end it. We'll be right back for the top half of the 8th inning. The Rebels have made this game a 10-9 one-run lead for the Falcons,
some winners to announce.
in which the Falcons are once up 9-1. We'll be right back after these few
giveaway.
songs.
The winner is Chase Woodring. Congratulations, Chase Woodring. You've won tickets for Leslie Jones. Please meet us at the top of the stairs by the press box to confirm your information. Congratulations, Chase Woodring. Also, fans, earlier today we gave you all a trivia question to think about, and now it's time to find out the answer. The question was, who is the Early Wilson Stadium press box going to be named after? The answer is B, Dick Calvert. The legendary Dick Calvert was behind the mic for 52 years at UNLV, and the press box will be named after him. The lucky winner is Ted Stringer. Ted Stringer, congratulations. You have won our trivia question. Meet us at the top of the stairs by the press box to claim your prize.
I'm in the club, so I'm gonna do just what the folk came here to do. Yeah, 'cause it goes on and on and on, and it goes on and on and
Leading off the top of the 8th for Air Force, the center fielder, number 3, Blake Coven.
Now leading off the top half of the inning, the base hit for the Air Force Falcons was Coven. First pitch he saw just slapped it in the left field.
Next
and
up,
that's
the
all it
shortstop,
takes.
number 12, Eric Joe.
The leadoff runner now for the Falcons, and Joe will step back into the batter's box. Joe so far in the game, 2 singles, and he's 2 for 4. But there will be a little break in the action as Lewick is given leeway for another base hit, and that'll be it for his night. Another pitcher coming in now. It looks like it will be Nick Rupp coming out of the bullpen. Just off judging of character. Oh no, it'd actually be Jack Stellinger who's going to come out of the bullpen. Both left-handed power closers here.
Ladies and gentlemen, now pitching for UNLV, number 21, Jack Stellinger. At the plate, number 12, Eric Joe.
Eric Joe We'll return to the batter's box here after the pitching change was made. Jack Sellinger, the power lefty out of the bullpen for the Rebels, has had a lot of success towards the latter half of this season. And the first pitch, a slider that curves into the strike zone, and that's what you're going to see a lot from Sellinger. That huge swooping slider. It looks like it's going to be in the other's batter box, and next thing you know, it's right down the heart of the plate. These hitters really have to time it up if they want to find success. Next one, another slider, but that one a little bit too high. One count. Sellinger checks the runner back, then goes back to the plate. That one's fouled right back. So the count is now 1-2 to Joe. Is the first batter who has the opportunity of seeing Jack Sellinger. Just there. Popped into center field. Joe. Charles coming in on it, but then right fielder Panaro is going to call him off. He'll make the catch. So, one away here in the top of the 8th inning.
Now batting number 5, Sam Kulasingam.
I'll bring up Kulasingam. So far in tonight's game, 2 for 5, a couple of RBIs. First pitch from Sellinger. Slider doesn't curve back into the zone. Count is 1-0. Second pitch from Sellinger. Checks by the runner at first, delivers to the plate. That one just misses the inside corner. Count is 2-0 to Kulasingam. Sellinger on 2-0 pitch. Another one on the inside part of the zone that doesn't connect. 3-0 count. Kulasingam. Double play would be what Sellinger would like to get out of this at bat. Next pitch, fastball right down the middle, taken for a strike. Count is now 3-1. And Sellinger. Another one of those powerful sliders that curves back in. We have a full count here. Kulasingam. Runner still remains on first base, which is Coven. And next pitch is grounded over to third. Could turn 2. There's 1 back to first. They won't get 2. Darren Williams makes sure the ball doesn't get past him at first base. Sellinger works his way back from a 3-0 count to at least get 1 out here. So now that'll be 2 outs.
Next up, number 1, Jay Thomason.
Now Thomason will step into the batter's box. Thomason so far tonight, a walk, a strikeout, and a flyout, and then his most recent at-bat, a towering home run past the right field fence. His 19th in the year. His first pitch is taken low and outside for ball 1. And that storm that we were discussing earlier, it avoids early Wilson, but you can see the lightning past center field as it headed that way. But it does not affect the game here. And now Sellinger. Next pitch, sweeping slider, gets the call. Counts 1-1. Sellinger sets, checks back, Kulasingam, delivers, slider way outside the strike zone. Sellinger delivers another fastball way outside. Counts now 3-1. Sellinger in a 3-1 count delivers. Thomason slider catches the strike zone. We have another full count. That one And he did not go, says the third base umpire, on the penultimate pitch of the at-bat. And now runners on first and second for the Falcons with 2 outs. And that'll bring up Jake Grieving. We had a nice game up until the 4th inning. A sacrifice fly and a 2-run home run. And since then, a strikeout and a ground out back to the pitcher, Cole Roberts, in his last at-bat. Salinger sets, delivers. Swung on and missed there by Grieving. That slider gets him swinging. Pitch way outside the strike zone that Grieving went fishing for. Next pitch here to Grieving, fouled off again. So count is 0-2. Falcons would like to get an extra run for the Rebels, have their second to last at bats, especially since they're now only down by 1 run, at which point it was a 9-1 ball game. Back in the 4th inning. And it's a strike 3 looking. The slider breaks back into the zone and sets down Grieving, his second strikeout of the game. And Salinger sends the Rebels with a chance back to tie this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Taking the mound for Air Force Academy, number 26, Sawyer Hawks. Leading off the bottom of the 8th for UNLV, the catcher, number 5, Jacob Sharp.
And we welcome back here to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Jacob Sharp leading it off, has a home run already in this game. First, it's taken for a ball. A lot of disagreement here from the Air Force fans in attendance. Second pitch here. That one swung on, foul tipped in the glove. Counts even at 1-1 now. Next pitch here. Fastball way up and in, almost hits Sharp. Just out of the way there. Pitch here. That one fastball up and away. So the count is now 3-1. And ball 4. So Sharp will be on for leadoff walk.
Now batting number 2, Adarian Williams.
I'm in the mix,
every day, I'm paying close attention. A situation every day, I'm pushing to the limits. You're flipping it around, you catching the body straight out the north.
And now we'll bring up a Darian Williams. Last 2 at bats, 2 doubles, so he's 2 for 4 on a night. First pitch here, taken for a strike, counts 0-1. Next pitch also taken for a strike. Change up down and gets called on the outside corner. Counts quickly 0-2 to Williams. Next one, ball that gets past the catcher's zap. And Sharp's going to advance to second. He takes the turn to look at third, but he'll head back to second. Tom speed that just bounced in front of the plate and couldn't be controlled there, so it counts now 1-2 to Darian Williams. Sharp, though, in scoring position with nobody out. The Rebels just need 1 run to tie this ball game. Next pitch into the dirt, and Sharp's going to advance to third. So after being up to count 0-2, Hawks 2 pitches in the dirt. Now the count is even, and Sharp at third base with nobody out. Anything that gets outside the infield will score Jacob Sharp. Next pitch here to Williams. Swung on and missed. And he's set down swinging.
Stepping to the plate, number 47, Austin Krizik.
So 1 out now. Sharp stands on third, and Austin Krizik is going to come in to bat. So far on the day, 1 for 4. With a triple. Krizik waits the pitch from Hawks. Hawks off speed, and it drops into the strike zone. Counts 0-1. Off-speed pitch has been looked at 3 times now between Williams and Krizik. All 3 have been taken for a strike. Hawks ready. He delivers fastball low. Caught there by Zap out in front of the plate. Doesn't allow that one to bounce, so count now is 1-1. 1-1, 1 away. Here in the bottom half of the 8th inning, Rebels need 1 to tie, and that run is currently standing on third base, and now a swing and a miss from Krizik, and a 1-2 count. Rebels need to put a ball in play. It was a strikeout from Williams, and now Krizik facing a 1-2 count. That one way up. Two and 2 count from Hawks. Looks down, gets his sign. He steps out on the mound. Rylan Charles gets his lead off of third base. Krizik needs to put something in play here. That one is put in play, and he gets back to third base safely. What a close play that was. Krizik a line drive to third. It's caught, and there was an attempt to double up
Next
Charles.
Up, number 4, Braden
Charles
Murphy.
was part of an interesting double play that happened much earlier in the game, and he almost was again.
For young Jermaine, still underrated, but far from underpaid. And those some problems that fade, the hunger stay. These stomach rumbles can humble thunder. I'm still fueled by the ones that slumber and stand down.
So now Braden Murphy, last chance here in this inning for the Rebels to tie this ball game up. It was Sharp who got on the walk, and off 2 pass balls advanced to third with nobody out. And it's back outs here from Darian Williams and Austin Krizik. And it'll be Braden Murphy who takes the second ball of the at-bat. Close pitch on the inside part of the plate has rolled a ball, much to the disagreement of a lot of fans here in attendance. 2-0 count. That one's popped straight up, heading towards the front of Arlie Wilson, above the canopy where I'm sitting. So the count now moves to 2-1. Murphy ready for the 4th pitch of the at-bat. He's done a great job of fighting in all his at-bats tonight, and that next one's going to hit him, and he's going to take first base, and that's going to bring up Paul Myro.
Stepping to the plate, number 23, Paul Myro, the fourth.
Myro has been on base in every single at-bat so far tonight. A triple back in the second inning, a walk in the fifth, and back-to-back singles in the sixth and seventh inning. A single would be all the Rebels need right now. This game will be tied if that runner on third can advance home. First pitch, taken for a ball. That ball was outside from where I'm sitting, but still a lot of disagreement. And next pitch taken low, so the count is now 2-0. Hawks is going to have to fight back into this at-bat if he wants to get Myro out. If Myro was to either walk, really, and this game was not to be tied and the bases would be loaded, that would bring up Santino Panaro. Or if he was to get a base hit and tie this ball game. Next one, outside, count is now 3. 3-0 count now to Myro. Fourth pitch to the at-bat. Here it comes now, up and in, and he walks Myro. And now comes up Santino Panaro.
The designated hitter, number 8, Santino Panaro.
And just like that, Panaro, a base hit here. If it gets into the outfield grass, perhaps into the gap, may score 2 runs. But there's going to be a break here. The head coach is going to go out to talk to Hawks. Don't think there's any attention being paid to the bullpen here, just trying to calm him down a little bit before this at-bat against Panaro. Panaro so far tonight, back in the second inning, grounded out to the shortstop. That was part of a double play in the 5th inning, but since then, back-to-back singles for him. Again, lots of disagreement over the strike zone from the umpire, but from where I'm sitting, the paces that he's calling balls, while they're close, they're definitely off the plate by just a little bit, just not giving him the corner on a lot of these calls. So Santino Panaro, who's 2 for 4, an opportunity now to either tie the game and or give the Rebels the lead going into the top of the 9th inning. First pitch that Santino looks at, strike right down the middle. You hear the cheers over from the Air Force faithful. And next one, fastball up, counts now 1-1. Even a walk now will bring in the game-tying run. Hawks sets and delivers. And Panaro rips one down the right field line, but it's going to go foul. He crushed that pitch, but now puts himself in a 2-strike count at 1-2. He's going to have to fight here. Again, a base hit into the outfield most likely gives the Rebels the lead. Both Sharp will score easily, and Murphy has the speed on second. Panaro waiting for the 4th pitch of the at-bat. 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch from Hawks. It's called strike 3 on the outside corner. Panaro goes down looking at a bases loaded opportunity, and he'll be kicking himself for that one. The Rebels will head to the top of the 9th inning, still down 1 run. Despite Sharp being on third base with nobody out, the Rebels cannot push him across. And Jack Salinger will head back to the mound when we come back. Enjoy these few songs while we wait, and he gets a chance to warm up to hold the lead to only 1 run and give the Rebels a chance to tie this one in the bottom of the 9th.
What do you mean? Oh, when you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no. What do you mean? Hey, yeah, when you don't want me to move, but you tell me to go. What do you mean? Oh, what do you mean? Since you're running out of time, what do you mean? Oh, what do you mean? Better make up your mind. What do you so indecisive.
Maple syrup, because I feel like Nutella is just, I don't really like Nutella.
Nutella, because Nutella tastes really good.
Ooh, that one's tough. I would say Nutella for sure, just because it's smoother than syrup would be all sticky.
Leading off the ninth for the Falcons, number 25, Traden Tamia.
Let me bring you back here for the top of the ninth inning. Tamia steps into the batter's box. First pitch from Salinger, taken for a ball. Inside part of the plate, the slider that swoops in too tight. Tamia so far on the night, a sacrifice fly, a double when she came around to score. Grounded to short and a strikeout. Evens the count 1-1 after a foul ball there. Salinger sets, kicks, and fires. And slider outside. Counts now 2-1. And that one's popped up towards the first base side. Running over is a Darian Williams, and he's going to make the play in foul territory, deep into foul territory for the first out here on the top of the ninth.
Next up, number 14, Chase Spencer.
Chase Spencer now stepping into the batter's box. Line out to right, a single. Reach base on an error, and then a double for him so far tonight. Pitch from Salinger here. Slider doesn't break too much, doesn't come back into the strike zone. Counts 1-0. Salinger sets and gets ready to throw. Second pitch of the at-bat. That one well inside, counts 2-0. Next pitch from Salinger. Up and away. So, after getting the first out pretty quickly, finds himself in a 3-0 count. Found himself in two 3-0 counts last inning. Was able to battle back in both of them. Salinger, fourth pitch of the at-bat. Fastball. He gets a strike zone there. Counts 3-1. Next pitch fouled straight back. Just like that, he is officially battled back again. It's 3-2. Next pitch from Salinger, the deciding pitch here. 3-2 count. That one's lined foul over towards the UNLV baseball training facilities. Count remains full here with 1 out. Spencer waits. Full count pitch. Swung on and missed. Give him the sword. He's set down on the strikeout. A nice slider there from Salinger. Breaks in on the hands and can't get him there.
Now batting number 22, Chris Stallings.
And now they'll bring up Stallings. Stallings coming from Matt Thompson. The 7th inning. And grounded out. Shortstop. Next pitch, the inside part of the plate, taken for a ball. Count is 1-0. Switch for Salinger. That one swung on and missed. Slider breaks in. And next one fouled off. Counts now 1-2. Good count here for Salinger, especially if all the off-speed stuff that he has. Next pitch here. Take it for strike 3. And he's set down. 2 strikeouts for Salinger in the inning. And he holds the Air Force lead to just 1. When we come back, the Rebels, 3 outs remaining to score 1 run. Or scored 2 to end this one. We'll be right back while the Air Force Army gets warmed up.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Mama, please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business.
Leading off the ninth for UNLV, number 3, Gianni Horvat.
And the Rebels start off. Gianni Horvat will be the first batter here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Followed up by Pimentel and Charles, due up. Hawks remains in the game after getting out of the bases loaded jam last inning. First pitch to Horvat, low, taken for ball 1. And the second pitch to Horvat, taken for a strike, that one right over the middle of the plate. Next one, taken for a strike. Counts now 1-2. One and 2 count here to Gianni Horvat. Swung on and missed. And that's the first out here in the bottom half of the 9th inning.
Now batting number 22, Alex Pimentel.
2 outs remaining in a must-win game for UNLV. Alex Pimentel steps to the plate. 2 outs remaining. First pitch fouled straight back. Oh, 1 count to Alex Pimentel. Pimentel takes that next one, a tie. Count is now even at 1-1. This one taken up and away. Counts 2-1. Next one taken outside for a ball. Slider did not catch this plate on that one. 3-1 count. Swung on and missed. And we're back to full. Hawks 1 strike away from sending UNLV to their final out. And there it is. Swung on and missed by Pimentel. Fastball up and in. Couldn't connect, and Charles enters as the last chance for the rest of the season. Has 4 home runs this season. Can he hit another one to tie this game? First pitch, taken low for a ball. Next pitch. Swung on and popped straight up in the air. A home run and elevator shaft to close this one out. Oh, and just barely as a call-off happened. And the Rebels are defeated in this one 10-9 and are eliminated from playoff contention this season. A disappointing year for UNLV baseball. But there are 2 more games still to go in the season. And, I mean, in this one, you have to look back to the opportunity at the bottom half of the 8th inning. Bases
Ladies and gentlemen, totals
loaded.
from
It's
this
one thing of
evening's
2 outs,
contest.
but
For Air
a
Force,
base
10
runner
runs
on
on
third
11
base,
hits, no errors.
nobody
For the
out,
Rebels, 9
and they
runs
can't
on
push them
16
across to
hits,
tie
2
this one.
errors.
They
Winning
dropped this
pitcher
one
is Jake
10-9.
Sansing.
A
The
valiant
loss
effort
goes
to
to
come
Noah
back after
Matera,
being down
and a
9-1.
save for Sawyer Hawk.
But either way,
Time of the
it's the
game
same
was 2
way.
hours and
It
49
ends
minutes
regardless.
with 313
So we will be
in
back
attendance.
tomorrow with another
Wanna thank
live
you
stream.
very
That will
much
be
for
the
joining
last
us
live
this
stream
evening.
of the season.
Remember,
The
these
game
two
on
teams will be
Saturday
back here
will not be
tomorrow
broadcasted,
evening
the
for
final
game
game
2
of the
our
season.
final home series against Air Force.
Everybody
First
have
pitch
a
is set for
good rest
6:05 p.m.
of your week.
We hope to see you there. For
And
now,
join us
please
again
drive safely
tomorrow
on your way
for the
home,
second game
and thank
of this
you very
3-game
much.
set.